Do you ever just wonder who we are and where we come from? Not to inflict an existential crisis, but really, what are the origins of our species? Due to Darwin's theory of evolution and other evidence like fossils, molecular biology, and biogeography, we know that all life on Earth is connected and that the diversity of the species occurs because of the modifications made on a molecular level over an extremely long period of time. I'm talking billions of years. These changes take place to help the species grow and adapt to their environments, but are sometimes totally random. The first form of life on Earth was a single-celled bacteria, and over the course of about 3.5 billion years, evolved to form some of the most complex creatures, like you. So, how did this happen? The answer is evolution. To understand evolution, think of a tree with many different branches and a strong, sturdy trunk. The trunk of the tree represents those single-celled bacteria, which then branches off into hundreds of thousands of directions, each signifying another specimen that evolved from that bacteria. And this tree of evolution never stops
Evolving
growing.
happens due to two primary mechanisms: mutations and natural selection.
A mutation on a molecular level is any addition, substitution, or deletion of the nucleotide bases in the DNA. Nucleotides hold one of four nitrogenous bases, A, T, G, or C, that are responsible for giving physical and behavioral characteristics. When there is an error in transcribing or translating the nucleotides, a mutation has occurred. Mutations can be both harmful or beneficial, but are in fact very random. Examples of evolutionary mutations include increased bone density, resistance to malaria, and colored vision.
Natural selection is the survival of the fittest, or the ones good enough to reproduce. Unlike mutations, natural selection is not at all random and favors the advantageous traits. The traits that survive the best are likely to develop a hereditary bias and will be passed on to the offspring.
Think of it like building houses. The blueprint of the houses would be the genetic sequence, and the houses represent the organisms or the final outcome. When a sturdy house is built, the engineers would consider building that structure again for other houses. However, when a house breaks down very soon, the design is not likely to be built again. The engineer's work is that of the natures. It chooses the best design and rebuilds it. An example of this are the peppered moths in England during the Industrial Revolution that adapted to the darkening of the trees by changing the colors of their wings. So, you just learned the origins of life and the two primary mechanisms required to make you from that single-cell organism to this beautiful and intricate being you are. And the next time you wonder where you came from, remind yourself that you are the work of billions of years, one of nature's experiments, a combination of trials and errors, and a work in progress.